Welcome, friends. This is about a half-hour Yin Yoga class. You will need a mat or a towel, anything to get comfortable on, a block, perhaps you have one, or just a regular old bath towel rolled up tightly. Put a couple rubber bands on it or tie it up with a shoelace. So we'll actually start either seated or supine, whatever feels best for you. If we're on our backs, maybe supporting the hips with blanket, if you have one handy. So just finding your space, whatever space that is that works best for you today. Just starting to breathe deeply, maybe laying your hands upon your belly. And inviting that breath all the way down to the base of the lungs, the chest, the rib cage, and the belly expand. And then as we exhale, maybe pressing a little extra air out. Maybe that we didn't even know was stagnant there at the base of the lungs. And just let it go. We'll take another deep inhale, allow the belly to rise, the chest to rise, the lungs to grow and expand, and even grow the space between the ribs. And exhale fully and completely. And for this third inhale, inhale into the entire body. And notice where that breath is going, where it flows naturally. Maybe noticing the space between the inhale and the exhale before letting it all go. And as you find yourself settling into your body, into your practice, finding your yoga breath, noticing the stillness in your body along with that beautiful diaphragmatic breathing. Letting any tension go, any negativity, any anxiety that you may be feeling or holding on to. Maybe setting an intention for today, for this moment. Perhaps just thoughtfulness for yourself. As we take a deep inhale, reaching the fingertips and toes long, maybe arching the back, maybe shifting side to side. We'll lengthen through the entire body as we inhale a little deeper and exhale to sweep our knees in towards our belly and give ourselves a great big hug. A little understanding, a little love. And then allowing the right knee to stay in towards the heart. We'll extend the left leg long. Maybe draw a couple little circles each direction with the right hip. And then switching through, drawing the left knee in, the right leg goes long. And then as we draw both knees back in towards the body, we'll take the knees up to tabletop, taking our arms out to a T or a cross or a field goal. As we engage the low abs, we'll inhale here, exhale to allow the knees to come to the left side, As we settle into the length of our spine, allowing the right shoulder to drop, maybe taking our eyes over to the right fingertips. And if we're looking for a little deeper sensation, maybe wrapping the right leg around the left. Noticing how the right hip feels, the low back. Or maybe just simply pulling the knees closer to that left elbow. Finding a little deeper release through the low back. And then just finding a stillness in our body and in our minds. Finding our breath. And then gently unfurling the body, bringing the knees back over the hips, adjusting as need be. We allow the knees to come to the right side, settling into the length of our spine, our hips, our low back, the center of our back, our upper back and shoulder. Finally taking our eyes towards the left fingertips. Taking any variation we choose with the legs, maybe crossing the left leg up and over the right, or maybe gently drawing the knees closer to the right elbow. Noticing any sensations in the spine, the hips, the breath. And allowing the left shoulder to soften, releasing any tension, any weight. Finding that full, beautiful breath if we've lost it. And just following that sensation of breath. The inhale, the exhale. Not worrying about anything else. Not thinking about our day, the outside world. Just noticing what's going on within us at this moment. Where does our breath flow? How does our body feel? As we bring the knees back to center, just hugging the legs in once more to rock side to side. Maybe drawing circles with the entire low back, with the hips, with the low body, and then taking those circles the opposite direction. And gently rolling to one side or the other to press ourselves up to an easy seated position. Stacking our shoulders over our hips, our heads in alignment with our hearts. We'll roll our shoulders forward 3 times. Easing the tension, the stress of the day. And then rolling back 3 times as well. Allowing our right ear to come towards our right shoulder. Maybe taking the left fingertips long. Resting the hand on the mat or on our block or support system. Maybe noticing how it feels if we take our right hand to the outside of our skull. Allowing just a little gentle weight. And maybe nodding yes. Yes, you are enough. Yes, you are beautiful. Yes, you are loved. And just breathe into the space that you're creating from the left earlobe, through the left collarbone, shoulder, upper back. And gently releasing, allowing the head to come back to neutral, our left ear to come towards our left shoulder. Maybe taking the left hand back to the lap, maybe taking the right arm long. Maybe offering the left hand to the outside of the skull. And nodding yes once more. Yes, you deserve to take a moment for yourself. Slowing down, breathing, and listening to your body. And gently releasing, maybe shift side to side as we come to our hands and our knees. Coming into our tabletop position, rolling the shoulders back and down, finding equal engagement from the right to the left side, from the front to the back. We'll press back towards our child's pose, tucking the big toes together. Maybe the knees are together as well, maybe they're apart. Maybe we offer the block or bolster of some sort to rest the forehead. Maybe we take it under the chest. So we press the palms in, allowing the hips to soften down and back. Gently starting to shift forward, coming back onto all fours. We'll inhale to sweep our right fingertips towards the sky. Exhale to hug the arm up and under the body into our threaded needle. So gently bringing the arm back down, the tricep towards the earth. Maybe the forehead comes down as we settle into that shoulder. Maybe we take the left arm long. As our right palm reaches towards the sky. Maybe accepting a little more positive energy into the body. Being open. And then gently bringing the left hand back. If we've chosen to take it long, inhaling to sweep the fingertips up and exhaling to draw them back to the earth. Inhaling to sweep our left fingertips high, exhaling to reach the hand up and under the body, taking our tricep back down to the mat, palm to the sky, hips stay high and stable, supporting the head, neck, and shoulders. We offer a gentle stretch of the left side. Maybe offering the right hand long. And just breathing into the left side body. Noticing any similarities or differences from one side to the next. And gently drawing the right hand back for support. We'll inhale to sweep the left fingertips high. Exhale to draw them down. Tucking our toes behind us into our toe squat. Option to stay here in our tabletop. Or shift the hips back to our point of resistance. If we'd like to come all the way back, stacking our heels, our hips, and shoulders. Taking our hands to prayer or reverse prayer. Allowing gravity to just express the weight of the body into the soles of the feet. Opening through the arches. Finding more openness in the feet to allow them to support our body as we walk through our daily routines and lives, which may seem a little different these days. Maybe we offer the hands back towards the belly or the heart, finding that full breath once more. And taking 3 more full and complete breaths. Finding stillness and security in that breath. Remaining certain of your body and your breath. Gently releasing, shifting forward to tap the toes. As we come into our melting heart or puppy pose, so keeping the hips and knees directly over top of one another, we'll start to bring our chest towards the mat, keeping the hips high, rounding through the spine, elongating still from the crown of the head through the tailbone. We'll draw our hearts towards the earth. And then gently starting to walk the forearms back, the hands back to the mat for support. As we bring the knees together, pressing back towards our child's pose for 3 breaths. Maybe supporting the forehead with fist stacked over fist. And always listening to our body. If at any time a pose becomes too uncomfortable, we come back here to child's pose or easy seated, honoring where we're at today. Knowing that today is different than yesterday and will certainly be different from tomorrow. Coming back to hands and knees, we'll take a couple rounds of cat and cow. As we sit back, coming to one hip or the other to take our legs long in front of the body. Coming to our staff pose, finding your support if you'd like it. Flexing the feet first to engage the quadricep, allowing the hamstrings to release. Sitting tall, stacking our spine. We'll exhale to release the heels and shift forward with a flat back. Once we meet that point of resistance, whether it's our bellies on our laps or our hamstring flexibility, option to round in at that moment if your body needs, wants, and allows today. For the next 30 seconds, if we'd like to change the way that shape feels or looks to us today, maybe sinking in lower, lifting a little higher, and taking 3 or 4 more breaths. As we start to walk up away from our staff pose, transitioning to our butterfly. Half butterfly if you need, just extending one leg long. Taking the soles of the feet together, maybe about your foot's distance away from your pelvis. Maybe out a little further if that feels better today. So sitting tall, allowing the gravity to use the weights of our arms to kind of open the hips. Maybe settling in, noticing the right sits bone, the left sits bone, equally balanced. And our breath equal in our body as well. And knowing that we have the same options in our butterfly, maybe lengthening through the spine, on our inhale to exhale and shift forward. Maybe taking the hands further away from the body, the heart closer to the earth. Maybe drawing a little figure eight with the nose. Notice if we're holding any tension, any stress, any anxiety. And knowing that these are perfectly natural feelings to have. With uncertainty comes anxiety. But what do we know right now that is certain in our lives? Perhaps how our breath, our inhale, comes into the body. With certainty, we can see our exhale and our breath leaving the body. As we inhale calm, peacefulness, and love, we can exhale any stress or tension or anxiety. And then noticing only positive feelings and thoughts. Inhaling love, exhaling love as well. And taking 3 more of those full, beautiful breaths. Inhaling whatever it is that you need in this moment. And exhaling the same. Sharing it with yourself, with others, and whomever you might feel needs a little more of that love or kindness. And gently starting to round up. If you need a little extra help, just drawing the knees in. We'll take the legs long and come into a windshield wiper. So taking the hands behind the body, opening through the heart and the chest. Just shifting the knees and the hips side to side. So notice if we're slouching, we really lift up and away. Keeping that space that we're creating in our body to fill it with whatever we need today. And as we draw whatever prop we have today onto the mat, we'll come into a couple of different supported postures here. So we'll first take the block or bolster or towel just through our thoracic spine. So right about where our shoulder blades kind of come across. And just lay right down on that block or bolster. If we have the block, just taking it vertically so it's not too wide, right between the shoulder blades, allowing the chest and the heart to lift to the stars. Maybe taking the arms out to a T or a cross. Maybe up to a field goal or cactus arms. Knees can be lifted for support. We can take the legs long. Or even back to that butterfly, if that's what we're looking for today. And then just allowing a stretch or an openness across the pectoral muscles, across the front of the chest. Allowing the heart to lift and open. And allowing space into the lungs and the rib cage. Maybe even arching the throat slightly to the sky. Notice if we're gripping anywhere, if we can just soften and release in. And we're more than halfway through. If you'd like to change the way that shape feels in your body, in your breath, maybe the way you visualize it, taking this opportunity to do what you need to do for you. As we take that next inhale and exhale, sinking perhaps a little lower, before taking the knees back to the sky, feet back to the earth, finding support in the low half, just to roll off of that bolster or prop, whatever you have. If you need a knees to chest, go ahead and take one. Otherwise, we'll come into a supported bridge, feet to the mat, knees to the sky, shoulders rolled up and under. Inhale to lift the hips, and then take that block or towel or bolster and just place it right at the base of the sacrum. So just above the tailbone, hips are still supported. And then take your legs long if that's an option today. If not, we keep the feet supported and the knees lifted. So finding a release of the front of the body, through the belly, at the top of the thigh. Maybe our hands come down and open to the hips. Just we allow the hips to open. Breathing into that space. And noticing our energy flowing freely and unobstructed. One last deep inhale and exhale, allowing your body to let go once more. And drawing our feet back to the mat, knees to the sky, lifting our hips to remove our prop as we gently hug our knees in towards our belly once more. Just rock side to side. And then finding our final pose of the day, our Shavasana, maybe taking the legs long, maybe finding a wall for legs up the wall. Maybe find a blanket if we have one nearby, palms open to the sky. Maybe our toes turn out as we slowly and softly allow the hips to open and release. Maybe we connect the back of our head to the mat, noticing how we're supported by our mat, by the earth below and the stars above. We inhale health, happiness, and love to the base of the body, tips of the fingertips, tips of the toes, and exhale any tension from the hands or feet. We inhale to the legs and the arms, the hips and the shoulders, and exhale, releasing anything that we no longer need. We inhale to the heart, to the lungs. We found openness, happiness. And exhale, love and happiness to the world. We release the tension from the jaw, creases in the corners of the eyes disappear. Furrow line between our brow ceases to exist. As we give ourselves this moment in time for rest, renewal, and self-care. As we start to visualize a happy, healing energy swirling around us, strong, beautiful, and supported, we'll allow that energy to travel up through our fingertips, to our arms, to our shoulders. We'll visualize that light source or energy source traveling from the tips of our toes, through the length of our legs, to our hips. We'll see that light traveling into our bellies, to our hearts, shining bright, unobstructed and flowing freely. It travels through our throats to the area directly between our brow, our thought process center, to awaken us. Bringing gentle movement back into the body, maybe drawing our knees in towards our chest, and rolling to our right or left side if that suits us best. And gently pressing ourselves up to an easy seated position. Rolling our shoulders forward 3 times. And then back 3 times as well. Taking a deep inhale to reach out and up. Clasping the positive, healthy, and beautifully loving energy from the universe to pull towards our hearts in prayer. Thank you so much for spending this one moment of your lives with myself and yourself. I am truly honored to have shared this moment with you. Namaste.